guys over here. And I think from the standpoint of learning from it, and we got to get ourselves ready to play better basketball.
But these are games that you might have lost earlier in the year. Are you proud of how they did?
Yeah, I'm glad we finally won an ugly. I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, this was kind of an ugly basketball game, and fortunately for us, we found some ways to make big plays down the stretch, both offensively and defensively. I mean, even the turnover on the dribble handoff late, Lindsell did a great job of kind of blowing that up and forcing the turnover.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I should know this. Do you have a hard and fast rule about up three, fouling or not fouling, in your philosophy, or do you go game to game?
No, Aaron told me standing on the sideline that the Vegas odds say 60.8%, whatever it was, and I was saying we were talking about if we wanted to foul. I didn't think that they were a great three-point shooting team, but by the same token, I wasn't going to do it under the 18. There was too much time. I think there was 18 seconds left, but when it got to 5.1 or whatever it was, I said let's go ahead and do it.
And it worked, but then I like fouling up three,
right?
And then you end up the ball tips off your finger, and you get a look at three, and it's
it's kind of like the Virginia-Maryland game the other day. But I think from the standpoint, it obviously it worked itself out, and the ball with the rim it came off so quick, and it's kind of the freak of March basketball.
How do you avoid tomorrow coming out the same way you came out today? Or how do you get sharp just this small period of time?
If I knew that, honestly, I would be a genius. I think this. The one thing about this time of the year with quick turnarounds, you got to challenge your guys mentally. You got to challenge your guys physically, you got to hope that deep down inside they want to man up and play their best basketball because they know we weren't as sharp as we need to be to start the game, and we found a way to win.
Nebraska is a team that obviously beat you the last time out, and a lot of the guys are mentioning that court storming still in their mind. Can you bring that up to them, or do you have to?
Well, I know that we lead the country in court storms. I told these guys after the game, I said, we've been court stormed more this year than I've ever been court stormed. But I think from the standpoint of just having great respect for Nebraska, they're playing as well as anybody in the country right now, and you look what they've done over the course of since they beat us, and we got to take a look at the film, get them ready, get everything we need to do down, and go.
Talk about Aaron and Lindsell just making the plays at the end. It looked like they both took it upon themselves to make some plays that seniors have to make to pull a game like this out.
Well, no question about it. I mean, Aaron's still down on the baseline. I mean, I don't know what the record is in this tournament, but it's I'm sure it's pretty impressive. And you hear both guys saying we're not going home, and both guys did a great job in that regard.
I mean, it seemed like that when Lindsell got the foul called on him, fighting for the rebound there. I mean, it's just I don't know. I mean, you try as hard as you can to go get the ball, and maybe something good will happen.
Yeah, no question about it. And but if you notice, the other 50 shots that we missed, we didn't have that type of effort. And there was a couple balls that bounced, and we didn't go. And he owed us that one because he was leaking out in the first half on some long rebounds that should have been his, that he didn't get on the defensive end. So he made up for it on that play.
So that's one you can put up in when you're watching film and say, let's do that every time.
Exactly. Yes.
What was your biggest concern in the last play going in and out of the timeout? What were you most worried about? The lob, the three?
A little bit. It's hard to throw the lob when a mirror's on the ball. And and I saw Lindsell and McQuinton saying they had a plan of what they were going to do, and they weren't going to switch it. And Hammond set a heck of a screen, and give Lindsell credit. He fought through it and got there to challenge.
I was going to ask, we always talk about Aaron being Johnny on the spot, but Lindsell's involved in almost everything at the end of the game there, and he has been a lot lately. Is that a credit to anything? Obviously, activity is part of it.
Yeah, and I think just a lot of his experience because he turned it around. He was not very good in the first half, and to his credit, he turned around and played a lot better basketball in the second half.
Did you think you'd have to give him about a 5-minute rest? You had Deo out here for about the 12-7 mark-ish.
Well, not because he's sitting there, but Deo did a heck of a job.
Yeah.
His position defensively, and we couldn't get him free to get a shot. But I thought some good things happened. He kind of got us back in the game, and it probably helped to give Lindsell a little bit of a break.
So you decided to ride that a little bit since he was doing okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Is the tournament Q, is he back? I mean, like 19 and 15, is that what you're going to count on in every tournament game going forward? I mean, kind of like the run he had last
Tomorrow's
year.
a new day, and I think this Q knows this. When he feels good, he doesn't play very good, and So we got to make sure we stay on him and keep him very focused.
Is he doing a better job of, like, finishing through contact, like fighting in the
Yeah, because some of those, I mean, that was unbelievable. And I give him credit. He kept playing today. Even if he thought something should have been called, he kept playing. He stuck with it, and really had a heck of a game.
what do you have to